Hey, have you ever thought about what kinds of metrics or indicators to look for when measuring the success of a video game during the development, marketing, and engagement phase? My game, The Waking of Haven, is currently in that development phase, and I'm hitting something of a challenge with my engagement. This channel is primarily a devlog, and so in the spirit of transparency, I wanted to share where I'm at with all of this and what I'm currently struggling with. And to say this aloud up front, I'm actually currently kind of scared that this game will absolutely flop and that no one will see it. In this video, I want to walk you through the 3 different metrics that I'm using to measure my engagement, ranging from YouTube to Discord to Steam, and I'll show you all the numbers and let you know how I feel about them, and importantly, what I would do differently, kind of as a lead up to what I plan on doing differently in the future. But first, let's zoom out. My name is Kingfish, and I'm the solo developer behind The Waking of Haven. This is kind of an ambitious passion project for me that I've been working on for about 3 years, which is quite a long time. Today, I want to look back over my progress and provide you all with a candid, honest look of how things are going from my point of view. And to get things out up front, the numbers across all of my engagement metrics just don't look good. But I am keeping high spirits and powering through this dark period of my development journey. Without further ado, let me take you through that journey. The first couple years were mostly spent tinkering around to learn Unity and visual scripting, but about a year ago, I launched this channel for the first time. I had some lower quality audio recording devices and I wasn't skilled at video editing at the time, so the quality was definitely super low. As I got better at articulating my thoughts and editing my videos, I saw a small rise in viewership and subscriptions, but I'm still afraid that I missed my shot at gaining that kind of traction, and I've landed somewhere in the dreaded YouTube algorithm graveyard, which has buried me alive. I'm currently sitting at 51 subscribers for the 28 published videos that I've produced, and by the way, I appreciate every one of you who has subscribed. But considering the fact that each of these videos takes several hours to produce, that amounts to quite a lot of missed opportunities to focus on the game mechanics and the features instead. So this was kind of a swing and a miss. YouTube just hasn't worked out for me so far. And as a quick reminder, if you'd like to help out a small indie creative like myself, a wish list, a subscribe, a comment would be really helpful. Feel free to drop a comment for the algorithm with the kinds of videos that you'd like to see in the future, and I'd love to make that happen. So the lesson learned here with YouTube is that, if I could go back in time, I'd tell myself to produce more short form content and build interest over time in those kind of little clips rather than focusing on larger videos that were lower quality. It just seems like the devlog format doesn't seem to work, at least not for people like me. Okay, moving on. Last summer, I created a Steam page for the first time and filled it out with as much high quality content as I possibly could. That's like screenshots, a lot of descriptions. I uploaded character artwork. And since then, I've grown to about 115 wishlists, which is kind of cool. 115 people, which to be fair includes some friends and family, think that it's neat enough to follow and wishlist the game. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am of that. It really is pretty special. But with that said, conventional wisdom suggests that you should have at least 7,000 wishlists on launch to be even moderately successful. And unfortunately, at this rate, I don't think I'm going to hit my target by my currently unannounced early access target, which is hopefully going to be later this year. So this is another strike 2. If I were to do this again, I would have held off a little longer until I had a trailer, which to be honest, I still don't have. This is probably going to have to be one of my largest priorities moving forward. And it's really challenging as a solo developer. I don't have video editing skills, and I'm kind of scared that the trailer is going to reflect poorly on the actual quality of the game. All right, moving on. The last real metric I can look to for success is my engagement with the closed beta, which I announced and opened last fall. To give you an overview of the stats here, I think we got about 16 keys distributed to participants. And if we look at the charts here, about 4 daily active players was the absolute peak, which happened in the first several weeks of the closed beta. Now, naturally, this is overwhelmingly lower than what I would need to be really successful with a closed beta to pressure test the game and get a lot of diverse feedback. But That didn't stop me from getting really high quality player feedback that resulted directly in changes and improvements that made the game better, above and beyond the simple bug fixes. There were a few bugs here and there, of course, but this group wasn't here for QA. They were here to provide insight on what made the game fun and what could be added to the game to make it more fun, and they absolutely delivered. The Discord channel did start off strong, but engagement dropped off pretty hard after a few weeks, and for pretty much the entirety of this year, it's been absolutely crickets. I've posted a lot of content sharing sneak peeks on upcoming updates and really haven't gotten any likes or comments or subtraction, which to me indicates that the engagement has pretty much fallen off. So realistically, a dead channel is another bad sign for the future success of this game, and that's kind of like strike 3 for what I was looking to gain reassurance that this is something that might pan out well for me. If I were to do this all over again, I absolutely would have still gone through the steps of creating a Discord channel, inviting people into a closed beta, but unfortunately, I think I might have started too early. I would have started a little bit later, and then I would have also pre-prepared some content to trickle in earlier as people got used to the basic game mechanics, so that I could have kept engagement up over time and kept people playing and coming back for more. Okay, so let me zoom out. If I were a business, quite frankly, these are the kinds of metrics which would convince me to close the project. The signs are just not there that this is going to pan out well for me and that I'm probably not going to be recouping my costs. As a fledgling solo indie developer, this is pretty hard to face. Considering the fact that I've, spent 3 years of my life and thousands of dollars poured into it, it's kind of a major loss. But I'm not really doing this for conventional success. The world of Haven is important to me and special to me, and it deserves to exist. I'm really just responsible for putting it onto paper, so to speak, and letting it be. And I'm going to keep on doing it. I might not make a dime, and I probably won't make back the costs that I've paid to actors and artists, but that's okay. This thing is intrinsically valuable to me, and it's going to happen. So, what is next? I can go a lot of different directions with this channel, and I think I've missed the mark up until now. I've been focusing on the wins to kind of like show off what is candidly an undercooked game. It's in development. I don't think that really appeals to anyone yet, and I think I need to pivot in a few directions. I could consider videos that show how the sausage is made, so to speak. I can open up the hood and show off how I built and architected the Waking of Haven from the point of view of a non-expert, which I am. I'm not an expert. I'm not a software developer by trade. This isn't what I'm really technically good at. I'm primarily an artist and a writer, and maybe I can inspire other people who are artists as well, that if I can do something like Haven, they can too. Alternatively, I could focus more on the lore and world building of the world of Haven. This setting is unique. It exists only in my head and begs to exist. I could alternatively start putting together a series of lore videos for the characters and factions who inhabit this world. Even for people who don't pick up the game, they might introduce to the world through the channel. Other than that, I'm kind of out of ideas, so if you have an opinion or an idea on what might be interesting to folks, please let me know. I'd love to tailor this channel's content to cater to what people actually want to hear about, especially relating to Haven and its world. So with all this said, I don't want to be depressing, and I'm certainly not begging. The Waking of Haven will get built, it will be delivered, it will go to Steam. It's artistically significant to me. If one other person sees it, I guess that's enough. It just means that there probably won't be a sequel, as I've candidly put a lot of my personal life on hold over the last 3+ years to make this happen, and my relationships probably can't survive another 3 years of game development while also working a 50-hour plus work week. I know my physical health certainly can't survive that, that's for sure. So if you have a chance, I would really appreciate a like. Please leave a comment with the kind of content you'd like to see in the future, and consider wishlisting the game on Steam. Everyone helps, I absolutely promise. Thank you, and have a phenomenal day.